New specialized e-bikes including Levo 4 and Vado SL2 require a digital handover. All future specialized e-bikes will follow the same process. This is a step-by-step guide for an in-store handover and activation, providing the rider and retailer with everything they need for the new e-bike. The technician has a new Levo 4 in the box that they will assemble for the sales floor. E-bikes with the Mastermind H3 and T3 displays require this pre-activation and handover process before they are sold. The technician must first pre-activate the bike before sales staff can use the app or Turbo Studio for the handover. The new bike arrives in Turtle Mode, ideal for transport and storage, with no motor support and no display functions. This mode is an effective theft protection setting by disabling the e-bike's motor, ensuring the bike is fully set up during assembly. After assembly, use Turbo Studio to install all system updates. Activate Quick Test Mode for up to 2 hours of full motor support, so the technician can check the bike's functionality. After 2 hours, the quick test ends automatically once the bike is powered off. If the bike is still powered on, it remains in test mode. This way it will not turn off unexpectedly while the technician is still working on the new bike. Afterwards, the bike automatically switches to Shopfloor Mode. This mode is an effective theft protection setting by disabling the e-bike's motor, ensuring the bike is fully set up during assembly. In this mode, the bike's display shows a QR code. Scanning it opens the specialized app on the smartphone, or if the app isn't installed yet, redirects to the App Store or Google Play for easy download. Shopfloor Mode allows some display functions, so it can be presented and explained. The display and controls are active. All features can be shown, but there is no motor support, except for walk assist, preventing riders from pedaling a fully powered e-bike in the store. Specialized e-bikes are safely displayed where sales staff can show riders all the functions and connectivity features. Retail staff should connect to the specialized app using their B2B login credentials, providing them unique access to the bike as a salesperson, not a rider. This allows the salesperson to demonstrate all of the bike's functions. When the rider connects in Shopfloor Mode, they can see all the functions, but they cannot make any changes or enable the Turbo E-System lock. Test Mode turns on the bike's power for a test ride outside. When logged in using their B2B credentials, retail staff activate Test Mode in the specialized app. Test Mode duration can be set for 1 or multiple days. Test Mode's full motor support allows the rider to fully experience the bike's capability. The rider can also connect with the specialized app and explore nearly all of the features. Turbo E-System Lock, Apple Find My Connection, and bike activation are restricted in test mode. To make sure test rides do not end too early, motor support is only disabled once time expires and the bike is turned off. Retail staff can end test mode manually at any time while connected to the bike. Retailers should activate the bike on their store account for long-term test rides, rentals, and demos. Once the rider decides to purchase their Levo 4, they begin the formal handover process. Before the bike is ready for its first ride, it first goes into the workshop. Retail staff complete the handover process in Turbo Studio or with the specialized app, beginning by installing accessories and thoroughly checking the mechanical components. The app and Turbo Studio guide the technician through every necessary step, including another reminder to update the firmware. Tasks already completed can be skipped as needed. Now bring the bike to the rider to complete the second phase of the personal handover. Show the rider how to charge, clean, and store the bike, and how to tune and adjust the power modes, as well as set saddle height, tire pressure, and suspension setup. Finally, 2 key service appointments are scheduled: a checkup after the first month and an annual service. Both appointments are automatically stored in the app and will appear on the bike's display 30 days before the date. Once setup is complete, the retailer must disconnect from the bike to allow the rider to connect with their account. Have the rider connect to the bike and complete the activation in the specialized app. Reminder that test mode should be disabled first. The handover and activation register the bike to the rider, and it unlocks the lifetime frame warranty. With the handover complete, the bike is activated and ready to ride. The completion of the handover process starts the warranty and guarantee period. Riders who register their bike no longer need their original invoice to process warranty claims. There are a few important points to keep in mind regarding the bike handover to the rider. Never complete the handover process in advance for display bikes, because it could be fully activated by a rider. Deactivation is possible and requires assistance from rider care, which will be explained later. Retailers should not activate display bikes on the store's account, as this would start the warranty period and disable the advantages of Shopfloor Mode. The exception is for test fleet and demo bikes that will not be sold as new. These should be activated to the store's account. Riders who choose not to use the app can have their retailer complete the activation in Turbo Studio after the handover, simply requiring their email address. Be aware, the bike is now activated but not registered to the rider. The rider still needs to register the bike for full warranty benefits. Here is how to deactivate a returned bike. If the bike is still new, with less than 50 kilometers on the odometer, initiate the deactivation request in the B2B portal. For used fleet bikes, the retailer must deregister the bike and disable Apple Find My before resale. It remains activated, but functional for the next owner. Bikes must be deactivated to restart the sales process. The retailer submits a deactivation request via the B2B portal. They should check the bike summary in Turbo Studio to ensure that Find My is disabled. Otherwise, the request will be rejected. To complete the request, the bike's WSBC number and a reason for deactivation are required, ensuring the bike is properly removed from the system. Please note that processing the request and deactivating the bike may take up to 48 hours. Once the request is confirmed, the retailer must reconnect the bike to Turbo Studio and complete the deactivation process, a quick step that takes less than a minute. The bike will then return to Shopfloor Mode and is ready for resale and a new handover, without the possibility of being activated by a customer.